What's going on, guys? My name is Parkeyfinn, and today I'm going to be telling you about the first time that I ever smoked weed. And before I kind of go any deeper, I don't recommend it to anybody. I don't condone it by anyone who legally should be doing it if you're under 21 or don't live in a state where it's legal. But it happens to a lot of people. And I think it's actually ended up being a really good story, and I really wanted to tell it, so I'm just going to delve right in. So, I believe it was the summer right after 8th grade, and I've got another story about 8th grade that kind of had to do with it that I'll tell another time. But it was the beginning of July. I think we'd only been out for about 2 or 3 weeks, and a lot of my friends, at least at the time, and kind of to an extent still today, are I guess you could say habitual pot users. I don't know, there's probably a better way to use it, but I was sleeping over at my friend's house. For the sake of the video, we'll call him Jacob, and he by far was the biggest out of all of them. And I was with two other my friends, also for the sake of video we will call them Alex and Carter. So I was with Jacob, Alex, and Carter, and at about midnight, Jacob was just like, "Oh, you know what you should do, guys? We should smoke some bud." I'm not even kidding, that's exactly what he said. And everyone was like, yeah. And I was like, you know what, I never tried it before, I might as well do it. How much bad could it do? So, it was like midnight, and we just asked Jacob's granddad to drive us to the QFC. It's a store, it's kind of by us. And we went there, we bought some tea, and then our friend, who for the video we will call, let's call him Travis. We'll call him Travis. He lived right by there. He had some, but he was grounded, so he couldn't come outside and give it to us. So after texting him for about 45 minutes, just sitting outside of his house, drinking some Marley Mellow Mood, he finally cut a hole in his screen and then threw down a bag from the second story that contained some Alaskan Thunderfuck, which, for those who don't smoke weed, it's a strain of weed. And basically that's where the adventure kind of started. Jacob put it in his backpack, and yeah, basically we drove back to his house, and then we waited until about 2 or 3 in the morning. And from there, things got a little bit crazy. We snuck out of Jacob's window and kind of went down the street to this park that was by his house. And we chilled on a bridge, and he brought out this homemade gravity bong, which kind of uses the power of gravity. As the smoke kind of fills the bottle, you inhale it. And it was really homemade. It was sketchy. It was made out of a 2-liter Coke bottle fitted with the top of a Gatorade bottle, so that you would push the top of the Gatorade bottle down into the Coke bottle to inhale the smoke. So Jaden packs it, everything goes fine, nothing's really happening. He takes his hit, he does it smooth, he doesn't even cough. Then Alex took a hit, he went too far down, he hit the bong water, he coughed his ass off, and then Carter took a hit, he did the exact same, and they were like, "Okay, Parkeyfinn, it's your turn." And I'm like, god damn it. I was definitely a little bit nervous seeing how much they coughed. I've got kind of a sensitive stomach when it comes to coughing. I've got a bit of a strong gag reflex, but I was like, you know what, fuck it. So Jacob started lighting the bowl, and he lit it for a good 12 seconds. He really made it thick and yellow. And Carter and Alex were just like, no, very bad idea. And I was like, oh, this is a bad idea, I'm gonna do it. He lifts the cap off for me, and I inhale, and I do the exact same thing as Alex and Carter did. I hit the bottom, and to make it worse, a little bit of ash had gotten in my throat. So my throat was just on fire. I was coughing my ass off, and they were just looking at me like, dude, you're so weak. And yeah, I was weak. I was afraid that I was like gonna pass out or something. I felt horrible. I felt like I was gonna puke. I tried to take a second hit. I got about half of it down. They just gave it Alex. So anyways, we ran back to Jacob's house, and then I kind of started kicking in at this point. I was feeling really woozy though. It was not working well for me. the other three were like, guys, let's make root beer floats. So they went upstairs to Jacob's kitchen, and they were stomping around, just weirdest thing. I just hear this, like, it was like they're marching. It was like a marching parade was going on upstairs, while I was curled in a fetal position downstairs. And they came back down with root beer floats, and then it gets really interesting. Jacob, out of nowhere, was like, guys, I have the best idea. Let's all masturbate. And I was like, what the fuck? But they were like, yeah. So they went into separate rooms, because they're not gay. And they started masturbating. Then suddenly I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna puke. So Carter was in the bathroom at the same time, and I started just ramming into the door. Carter, I need you to get out. And he's like, hold on, I gotta pause the video. So after about 4 seconds, he opens the door. I sprint in there and nearly faint, and I ended up puking for like a solid 5-10 minutes. And by the time I was done, I had flooded his toilet. They were laughing at me, and basically I passed out. I woke up, my mom was in the room. She was like, Jesus, what happened to you? And since then she's learned what happened. I don't think she didn't really care that much. She's a really nice mom. She was like, just don't do it again. And basically that's the story. It was a really bad experience. If you do plan on trying it soon, first off, I don't support it unless you're legally allowed to use it. But if you are, that was not a very normal first time experience. It went especially bad for me, so you'll probably be better off. Gravity bongs are really strong, so just don't do that. Do something easy. And that's really all I've got to say. So really, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.